quieter day where things are not happening, not too many things unexpectedly happening on the day, one of those days, I would go to the office and I would go through my workload. There would be always things to different evidence to collect or different aspect of the case to read. There is a lot of reading. I would read, if I have a new case, I would go and read all the emails about it. I would also read everything on the system I have about it. Then I would run several checks, intel checks on suspects, victims. If I don't have suspect, then I would look into different things like CCTV is a big one when you are looking for someone, or description of the person who committed the crime. Then once we have that, we have either a better picture of the person or even CCTV, then I can fill up several forms, and then if I can name the suspect, I can start preparing arrest pack. Now I have to obviously assess the situation and decide whether the best option would be to arrest the person, or based on gathered evidence, maybe caution plus 3, which is a voluntary interview, because not always there is a necessity of arresting, although at the moment I'm in the department when there is a serious sexual crime, so quite often this is the case. But sometimes it's more about getting the other person's side of story. So complainant thinks that the crime has been committed doesn't always mean it was, because we have to take under consideration of why did the suspect or the person accused did certain things, and whether that was crime committed or not. There would be, for instance, intention taken under consideration, or other things, it depends on the type of crime. Then if there is a prisoner or if I decide to bring one in, we would go to custody, check if the prisoner needs a translator, appropriate adult. Very often these are the cases. If the person is fit to be interviewed, and once this is established, we contact the, let's say, solicitor. They come in, we give them disclosure, give them information what is the case about. They have their time with the client to discuss it then, and then the interview starts. If there is such a possibility, we take another person with us, another officer with us to the interview, because simply the other person can take notes and you can then focus and keep eye contact with the person you are about to have interview with. After interview, we then, assess the situation, pass the information to our line managers, usually the sergeants, and decision is being made whether we bail the person with conditions, whether we remind them, whether we release them under investigation without conditions, or there are different options. Or if the case is dropped, which is not very often the case. Sometimes there is a official warning issued instead of charge or something else. So if the case is urgent, or if the crime has been so serious that the person has been remanded for the court, then we have to prepare all the paperwork and everything, all the evidence we have so far, and send it to prosecution services. We then wait on the phone until they answer, and we discuss it with them. And if they are happy, they come back to us and they issue charges. Which charges? Sometimes we have to shift it a little bit, because there are different type of charges for similar offences. Once this is done, that person will be sent to the court next day. So we have to be prepared with all the information for prosecution services, and everything has to be done. Yeah, it's a lot of administrative work. Myself personally, I am probably more victim focused in the way that sometimes we have interviews, we have officers specially trained, they are called SOID officers, but we are also trained, I am trained as well, to perform victim recorded interviews. Now, those are different type of interviews. The victim will talk, the complainant will sit on the sofa and come with all the emotions when they talk. It's completely different type of interview. And I think that the fact that I did psychology helped me to do this side of it as well.